Welcome to Forsyth's Elements. This is our second video in our series, and we are going to look at the meaning and psychology of the fourth method of Plato in this video. Now, method is a very important concept in philosophy, in the philosophy of science. For we are always curious to find out how from those thinkers who produces, and very rarely simple assumptions, these world postulates through time. There is a book on the shoulders of giants that when one studies and reads this book, you will see exactly the meaning of this. There's only few thinkers here and there that comes to the summit. We want to learn from these people how they discovered their assumptions and how they arrive at their principles. In late Platonism, the true internal immaterial summit of discovery is of the nature of the human soul, the human mind, and of internal intellectual engagement. The fourth method of the acquisition of knowledge is a long-range contemplative method. This psychological practice may be best described through these following statements. A psychological lifestyle of curiosity and learning, a lifestyle of active life engagement, and a full ownership of all the things that happens in one's life, the difficulties, the obstacles. No life is without those. Crazy is the word that a friend used yesterday. People's lives are crazy with contradiction and conflicts. So by an active lifestyle, I mean take ownership for your life, for the fullest of learning, together with the good, the bad, and the ugly. This contemplative practice possesses in its depths a longing and a desire to know, a yearning for deeper understanding, which Einstein himself refers to, the longing of the thinker. The discipline to see learning objectives through to the end is essential and very necessary for this fourth method of internal discovery. This very ancient knowledge practice is specific to this fourth method of discovery, and in addition, this we think may be a kind of a lost knowledge of contemplation in our Western society and sciences. From hence, the absence of commentary, we think, on this small aspect of the many things that's been said about Einstein over the last 100 or so years. For context on the fourth method, a few more notes are necessary. On speculation in Plato. Speculation has, as its depth basis, the Platonic dialectic, which is the theoretical scaffold that builds the whole system. The summit or the internal apex of the scaffold is the most simple principle. We call to mind here the axioms of Euclid. Euclid was a Platonist. These axioms are simplicities of symbolic ideas or words and names, possesses the fourth method as their internal summit. The heuristic process of Einstein and dialectic of Plato seem to agree on these following ideas, that each of these methods, viewed by themselves, constitutes the main engine, the psychological machinery that holds simplicity as the grail of proof of validation and verification and a further scientific investigation. The one in modern time, the other in and late antiquity and beyond. Here is the interesting thing: they hold unification of disconnected things or ideas of the sensible world through the discovery of the most simple principles. Moreover, we think the commonality in both the philosophies of Einstein and Proclus, is this: they are simple principles which forms the internal intellectual vantage point is to be discovered. From this discovery hangs the entire theoretical process, which includes the investigation of many things and of demonstration and proof. And what is more, that this internal free creation and discovery is separate from every and all known cognitive structures. According to Einstein, the theater of the sensa is a feature of both these views. In other words, what we are saying is that Einstein intimates with his free discovery that the heuristic falls short of this. And in late Platonism holds the theater of the sensa as inadequate for this kind of discovery. That therefore, the high internal level of intellectual conception of the dialectic of late Platonism and the modern heuristic and mathematical Platonism may have this fourth mode in their respective summits of internal discovery is the essence of our investigation on free creation and the importance of the freely creative being and this order of magnitude of discovery. But what about Plato's own discovery and his simplicity, which Professor Norton of Pittsburgh University refers to in a heuristic context as mathematical Platonism? Our next video examines this question and what we can discover with its understanding. We hope to see you around then.